What about Jesus? In the Passion of the Christ, there was this moment. Have you guys seen the Passion of the Christ? And you remember that at the moment where Jesus is standing before Pilate, and as the crowd is getting incited to say, crucify him, you remember there was this picture of Satan kind of working through the crowd here. And the danger, and the Passion of the Christ was fine, I'm not speaking against that, but the danger in the way that we look at the crucifixion is that it was all the plan of Satan, and Satan was the one working actively to be able to bring this death on the cross about. And it was a horrible, horrible death, which was only encapsulated by the idea that he was removed from fellowship with the Father for a moment when the sins of humanity were placed on him. The worst part of it, the separation between he and the Father. But lest we believe that this was just something that happened outside of God's will, we get into Acts chapter 2 where Peter is delivering at Pentecost a sermon to the Jews, which would end up saving 3,000 men plus their families. And he says this, "Men of Israel, hear these words. Jesus of Nazareth, a man attested to you by God with mighty works and wonders and signs that God did through him in your midst, as you yourselves know. This Jesus," listen to this, "delivered up according to the definite plan and foreknowledge of God. You crucified and killed by the hands of lawless men. But God raised him up, loosing the pangs of death because it was not possible for him to be held by it." Whose plan was the crucifixion? Man, that's hard to hear. But that before God created, his plan to be able to redeem his creation was the suffering of his Son.